CBS's Elaine Quijano. Elaine, thank you very much. Joining us now is retired Steelers running back Jerome Bettis, a friend and former teammate of Ben Roethlisberger. Jerome, good to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
No problem. Thanks to be here.
Let me ask, so you know Ben well. You played with him. We know the Rooney family, the owner of the Steelers, is very upset. What do you make of this whole thing?
Well, it's one of those situations where the Steelers they've had to come out in front of the story and show that the fans and the public that, they don't approve of the behavior of Ben Roethlisberger, and I think that was an appropriate step.
Are you surprised at the trouble that Ben got himself into? I
am surprised. Ben is a really good friend of mine, and this is not in his character, and so it came as a shock to me. I was definitely disappointed in the behavior that he's shown because, that hasn't been him through the course of our relationship and me knowing him.
He faced a previous sexual assault accusation in a different state, as you know. In this particular case, what do you think is the appropriate punishment?
Well, I think a suspension is definitely necessary. I think Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, has he said time and time again that conduct unbecoming will result in a suspension. So I really believe in this landscape, in football now, he needs to be suspended. The question is how long. I think 2 games would definitely serve as a notice, not only to Ben, but to the rest of the NFL.
A 2-game suspension. We know the maximum allowed under the collective bargaining agreement is 4 games, but 2 games seems to be the number that's being thrown around there. Can Ben repair his image in Pittsburgh? I know there's been even trade talk at this point.
I think he can repair his image, but it's going to be a long, tedious journey. There's a lot of fans that really have been turned off and they're really disgusted by the transactions here. And so I think there's a situation where Ben has to make amends. It's going to be a long road, but I think he can do it. But the first step is for him to change the things that he's doing in terms of where he goes and the people that he has around him.
Do you think he understands the bad decisions that he's been making?
I think he understands now. I think obviously he didn't understand before, but I think he understands now. He has to be really careful. He has to understand the big picture. I think right now he's starting to get the big picture that, he's part of a bigger puzzle, if you would, because the NFL, is a billion-dollar industry, and the Steelers is a billion-dollar franchise. So, if you're going to be the leader of this team and the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have to conduct yourself in a better manner than this.
I would say so. All right, Jerome Bettis, always a pleasure to speak with you. Thanks, Jerome.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.